So I have sample documents that I had in the content server. One, here's an example of a W-4. These are made up fictitious names. Social security numbers are all fictitious. Addresses fictitious. Everything's fictitious, but they are valid formats for social security numbers. I also created additional documents that we added into content server, like, for example, a boarding pass, which may or may not, typically may not have a passport ID on there, but I added it in there just so that we could see how that might be extracted. I also took out something from our travel agency, which had an itinerary for an airline, but I've added a bank account information, for example. I took other documents which may reside in your content store, whether it's SharePoint Online or content server. An Excel document, for example, that might contain someone's driver's license. I showed you that text file earlier, so PDF. And here is another one, a credit card account owned by Gavin Belson. So we have a variety of different data that would exist in someone's content store and some other information that may not contain any PII information, such as the simple invoice, for example, which only contains maybe a name, an address, and nothing else. So I had about 120 something documents that I added to my content store, and then I crawled it using Magellan Text Mining. So here's the end result. The end result is a dashboard that's provided through Magellan's BI and reporting component. And here I can, filter down based on your organization's risk level, defined whether it's risk level 4 of social security numbers and people's names, for example, or risk level 1, which only has people's names and phone numbers. Or I can just look at those documents that specifically have social security numbers. And then I can drill down in that and see what, based on this from the iconography here, what type of information that document has. I could click on that and open that document within Content Server, or I can just look at it within the details of this particular document. I can see that this social security form that I opened within here, the one I showed you earlier with this W-4 form with Andre's social security number and a variety of other information, what that document contained, right? So here I found that it contained a social security number, and I flagged it as a red high risk. And here I have some system metadata, but I see here that there's one social security number and we've masked it. But, for those who do have the uber power to see all, we can expose that social security number to that individual or not. But usually we'll have it masked. But I just have it here so that for demo purposes, we can show the end to end that we have that information if needed. But otherwise, we will mask that out. And then from here, what we can do is have it interconnected. If I would right click here, I could send a document to my workflow into my OpenText transformation service and have that document redacted. And what that redaction will do is remove that social security number and upload it back into Content Server or whatever ECM system you're using, and upload it as a new version with the redacted version so that it's sanitized in your system. So that was a quick demo of one of our PII modules that we can provide to extract any sensitive information within your content store.